Long ago, in a quiet corner of the land, there stood a small village known as Onowu. The village was surrounded by red earth paths, tall palm trees, and the soft sound of chickens scratching the ground at dawn. In this village lived a young lady named Uche. Uche was born into poverty so deep that even food was a luxury. Many nights, her family slept with empty stomachs, and many mornings began with worry. From a tender age, while other children played in the village square, Uche carried a small wooden tray on her head, hawking eggs from door to door. Eggs. Fresh eggs, she would call out under the burning sun. Her clothes were old and rough, often carrying the smell of smoke and sweat. Because of this, people mocked her openly. "See Uche, the egg hawker," they laughed. "She smells like the bush," others whispered. Yet Uche never answered them. She walked calmly, her head held low but her heart strong. The elders would later say that silence was her shield and patience her strength. Scene 2, the market day. Years passed, and Uche grew into a graceful young woman. Though poverty still clung to her like dust, her humility and kindness remained untouched. One bright market day, when traders filled the village square with loud voices and colorful fabrics, the king of Onowu came out to inspect the market. As he walked among the crowd, his eyes suddenly rested on Uche. She stood quietly by her tray of eggs, her wrapper neatly tied, her face glowing with a gentle calm. In that moment, the king felt something stir in his heart. "Who is that young woman?" he asked his guards. "She is Uche, my king," they replied. "The poor egg hawker." The king nodded, but his eyes did not leave her. Scene 3, the king's visit. Days later, the king followed Uche at a distance and arrived at her hut. It stood at the edge of the village, small, broken, and surrounded by untidy ground. Inside, he saw poverty laid bare, yet he also saw dignity, respect, and peace. The king's heart softened. Without announcing his intentions, he ordered that the hut be cleaned and furnished. Mats were replaced, walls were repaired, and the compound was put in order. Uche watched in shock, her eyes filled with tears. "My lord," she whispered, "why show kindness to someone like me?" The king smiled. "Because a calm heart is richer than gold." Scene 4, from hawker to queen. Months later, the sound of drums echoed through Onowu village. The egg hawker, Uche, was to be married to the king himself. The same people who once mocked her now gathered in awe. She was nothing but an egg seller, they murmured. Today, she is the king's wife. The king did not only marry Uche, he lifted her entire family. Her parents were established, her name respected, and her story told across villages. From that day, Uche no longer hawked eggs, but her humility never left her. And the people of Onowu began to say, "Uche, the village egg hawker, has become the king's wife." Moral lesson. Never look down on anyone. The one you neglect today may be the one who helps you tomorrow.